We are live. What's going on out there this afternoon? Hey guys, Brent Abel here, WebTennis.com. Another episode of the Tennis Mindset Project. Yeah, we talk about the mental stuff, mental toughness, whatever you want to call it. But definitely got to be a part of your your program. If you're going to be a really, uh, if you're going to be a part of being an ultra competitive player, whether it's singles and or doubles. Hey, Mark, nice to see you. Thanks. You know what? You've got to embrace the mental side of the game. There's just no two ways about it. Look, I was in denial about that for a long time. My thought was, hey, I can out physical everything out here. I can work harder with the drills. I can work harder in the gym. I can do my sprints. I can do this. I can do that. Thinking that that's where I would build confidence in matches. And I'm not saying that it doesn't, and it's got to be part of your program if you are a quote unquote ultra competitive player. But in the end, it only gets you so far. It doesn't actually build the belief in terms of getting you to that so-called next level, whatever that is, right? It's all relative, depending on what you want to do. I've always, I always wanted to be one of the A-plus guys in my age group, right, in the country. And I was always pretty close. I would say any of the guys back a few years ago would have said, yeah, solid A-minus guy, rarely ever, if ever, loses to someone ranked below him. So, but doesn't seem to get the W against the top guys on a regular enough basis to be considered an A-plus player. And so, yeah, I'd won some national events over the years, won 11, gold balls in singles and doubles over 40 years. But a lot of those were because one of the top guys didn't show up, or maybe one of the top guys got hurt, whatever. There's always, which always sort of is the advice I got. Hey, you just got to keep showing up and you never know. And that was the case for me. I just kept showing up and sure, 40 years. But then I decided it was time. It was time to finally embrace the mental side of the game. And I did some studying. I took a good 6 months and went out there and read the books and watched the videos and watched the podcasts and actually scheduled a few sessions with some guys who I thought really knew what they were talking about. And I came away with some habits that I wanted to develop. Not like aha moments where all of a sudden, oh, aha, now I've got it. No, definitely a lot of aha moments, some epiphanies, but there was that realization, you know what? Now's when the work starts. And if you want that thing, that skill, that mental skill to be part of your deal, you got to start training it on a regular basis, just like you do with the drilling, right? The stroke technique, the whatever it is, it's a daily mental habit building skill. And I kind of culled it into, kind of boiled it down to really 5 things. There you go, 5 things that really sort of made a big difference for me over the last 15 months. And with 15 months, I went from 11 national titles to 20. Now, look, there's something different going on there when you go from 11 over 40 years to 9 more in 15 months. Something's making a big difference. And for me, it was just habituating 5 different mindset skill habits. Anyway, we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a second. Guys, thanks for being with me today. And I want to talk about something that I think is pretty darn common out there, and that is that the big difference between what is the difference between practice matches and the real deal. And I really think, it's easy to say, well, there's more on the line. There's more expectations when you play the real deal as opposed to a practice match. And that's true. But how that manifests itself is really into different levels of stress is really what it is. And some of the stress in a real deal match might not even be perceptible to you. But I can't prove it, but I fully believe, I don't have the data, but I fully believe that if we could measure grip tension, grip pressure in our practice matches, and then against the same quality level player, right, in a real deal match, I'm willing to bet the lower 40 that there is more measurable stress in grip tension with our hands in the real match than there is in a practice match. Obviously, I cannot prove that, but that's my gut. That's my hunch, is that we bring a certain level of stress, more stress to the real deal than we do in the practice match. And if we could measure it, I think that would be a great way to measure it, would be grip tension. And if you think about it, like, okay, we play a practice match, we're up a break, we're serving at 5-3 in the first set. Is there more grip pressure at that point in the practice match? Probably a little bit than there was in the first part of the match. Is there more grip pressure in a tournament or a league match, or even a serious practice match where that result's going to be put up in the blackboard or something like that at the club or whatever? I think there is. I think there's even more stress. There's even more grip pressure in the real deal match. And so that to me is the difference, is the stress that we bring. And when you bring that stress, what you start to lose is you start to lose that between points clarity, that tactical focus of simply, how do I want to start this next point? And be okay with the fact that you don't have 100% control over the outcome of that point. We get in the real deal match, we're up 4-2, we're up 5-3, we're up 5-4 serving, whatever it is. And our thoughts can go more into, oh man, what do I have to do to win this thing? Can I actually make it so that the serve doesn't come back? Okay, can I make this serve? All right, it's going to come back. But now maybe in not a really great situation, can I hit this forehand so big it doesn't come back? All these result type of thoughts that create stress. And so for me, it's really been, like I was talking about earlier, about these 5 mindset skill habits that have helped me in the real deal match. When I'm playing someone in an early round match and I'm not playing great and this other player is playing well, normally I might beat this guy, or normally, I should never say I should, but normally I might. And for whatever reason, things just are not going my way. And am I going to bring stress in there because of that? Yes, I used to do that. Or am I now going to be able to calm down enough between points, get some tactical focus, clarity, how to start the next point, be okay if the ball does come back, and be okay if I've got to stay in the point just because I'm not presented with a real fat, juicy opportunity. It's the same thing going to be during the point. All right, you get that clarity for how you want to start the point, but once the point starts, are you going to keep that belief going, that less stress going, that you can actually stay in the point if you need to, right? So look, I think that in a practice match, yeah, you probably do. You probably have more clarity at that point, tactical focus, and you probably have more shot choice clarity in the practice match than when it comes time to the real deal. Same thing. I mean, end of a tournament, right? Semis, finals. Hey, man, I can see the finish line. I can see that beautiful box over there. I can see that beautiful box over there that's on the table, just waiting to be, given to the winner. But can I not bring that stress of wanting it so bad that, guess what? You bring stress in, you get tight with the grip, and the next thing you know is you don't execute the way that you normally do. So one of the things that I've learned over the years, and I talk about this ad nauseum, and look, if you're buying into what I've been talking about, which is to come up with some kind of routine or call it a system between points, that is a great way to be able to manage your stress levels in the real deal match. And the time to practice it is in your practice matches, so that you so you lower the stress level even more in your practice matches. That doesn't mean that you don't care, or that you're that you're just kind of going out there and going through the motions. No, you're still working on tactical focus. You're still working on clarity, a shot choice in the point. But the best way to practice what I've got is a 4 parts between points. I'm going to call it a system. I don't know if routine is strong enough. Maybe system is a better term to use, but you need to practice that, right? You can't have an epiphany going, oh, okay, that sounds like it might help. And then you get out into the match when you haven't practiced it and you go, well, now I need that 4-part between point system. And it just doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel authentic to you. And so you got to practice it. And then once you get into the real deal match, you have to trust it. You have to believe that if you do these 4 parts between points, that you're going to get some tactical focus, clarity, how to start the next point. And look, I mean, it's not like you're going to be serving to the same spot every time. Some of the clarity might be, hey, I've been serving to the body 70% of the time. I've been going down the tee maybe, another 15% of the time and going out wide. They're 15% of the time. Well, maybe in this upcoming point, the clarity is telling you need to go out wide again, right? Or you need to go to the body again, or you need to go down the tee, whatever it is. So I'm not saying that the clarity is going to be the exact same thing over and over and over again. It's kind of, it's match dependent. It's opponent dependent. It's how you're playing dependent, right? At that crunch time when you're serving at 5-4 for this first set, what is your best serve today? Look, I had I played with my buddy yesterday, the Big O, and we have our practice drill, and I could not miss a ball for the life of me for the last, I don't know, it felt like the last 30 to 45 minutes. Right? Just literally couldn't miss a ball for whatever reason. And I knew when I went out there today, same conditions, right? Same opponent. I just knew that, look, yesterday was yesterday. That's what happened today. But I can't go out there and have expectations. The same thing is going to happen again today, because really in the end, it's all about tactical focus on how to win this. I shouldn't say how to win this point, but how to start this point in a way that gives you the best chance to win the point, right? And so, anyway, I've kind of gotten off topic a little bit here, but I know that you know where I'm going with this today. Is the best way to start to lower the level of stress is, how do you think between points? That is 80% of the match, right? Our court time, 80% of the time, we are spending it between points or on side changes. If you manage that time really, really well, you practice that really, really well in a practice match situation, and then you take it out to the real deal match, you're going to find that you play with lower stress. And lower stress equals shot choice clarity during the point. It equals tactical focus clarity. How do you want to start the next point? So if you've heard me talk about the 4 parts thing routine in the past and you're not practicing it, you're leaving money on the table. You just are. You got to just absolutely work this thing and practice it like a dog. And then you get in the real deal match, and I guarantee it, your stress levels will be a whole lot less. So what we got here? Rich, love the comments on grip pressure, playing against Wendell and Ray this morning at BTC. I was constantly checking my grip pressure. Yeah, especially in your serve. So you are weighing. I think he meant to say you. So you are saying. I don't know, Mark. You tell me what I was trying to say. Anyway, so guys, hope this has been helpful today. Yeah, I am saying that lowering your stress is a learned skill for sure. At least for me, it is, right? Maybe for someone else, they read a book, boom, it's in. That's not the way it works for me. Never did work that way for me. I need to practice this stuff like crazy. And look, I mean, every day I go out and practice the same things. There might be one extra thing that I decide I want to work on. But, last 2 days, all I've been thinking about is I want an instant shoulder prep turn in response to whatever ball's been hit to me. If the guy's serving to me, right, return to serve, I want to make sure that if the ball's to my right, I'm instantly prepping for a forehand. Ball's hit to my left, I'm instantly prepping for a backhand. And then for me, it's just, I want to make sure that I'm not peaking before I make contact, right? Peeking. So it's instant shoulder prep turn for me, and then just keep my head still, my eyes down through contact, and exaggerating that through the shot. I want to practice it so that when I go out to play the real deal match, That's automatic. I mean, I've practiced it so much, it's automatic, and it doesn't feel unnatural to me once I get into the real deal match. So yeah, look, guys, every morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, Pacific time zone, 11 a.m. on the Eastern Seaboard, East Coast time. What do? We do what's the right shot, which is based on two things. Number one, where do you want the ball to land over there? And then number two, how do you want to enhance the quality of where you're making the ball land over there by where to move to next on the court, right? Maybe you move forward and start to take time away from that opponent over there, right? Whatever it is, you want to add the quality to your shot by where you want to move to next on the court. Guys, if you love today's stuff, please go ahead, hit that like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you're always alerted anytime I go live or update the channel with new recorded content. Look, tennis-specific fitness. Just like I talked about with the mental stuff, if you're an ultra competitive player and you want to get the most out of your skill level, let's say your skill level's up here, right? What have we talked about with skill level range? We want a really narrow range. And the narrow part is we want to bring up that lower part of our skill level range up to the top and make that super consistent. When you do that, when your skill level range is up to the top and you can depend on it, the confidence goes off the chart. One of the gotta haves is fitness. You cannot tell me carrying around an extra 5 pounds, right? Even that is okay. I mean, look, just get a 5-pound weight and hang it around your neck or something, try to play. It's a big deal. If you're carrying around an extra 15, 20, 25 or more, I don't know how you can be an ultra competitive player and really go up there and start to get that skill level range really narrow. It just doesn't make any sense. If you want some help with either losing weight and or learning more about what my fitness protocol is, my diet, what I do in the gym, what I do in the court, besides the drills, more than happy to let you know. I've got a new course coming out. If you're an all lessons package member, you're going to get it for free. If not, no problem. It's going to be a nominal small charge. Give me, again, I'm still working on it, but it's going to be coming out. Any specific questions right now, just shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. So, guys, hope this has been helpful today. If you've not picked up my course yet on the 5 mindset skills training, the habits that I've gone through, I've trained over the last 18 months, I highly encourage you. I invite you to go on down below in the description area. There's a link that will take you over to the info page where you can also get signed up for this. I just think it's the missing piece. Sure was for me, might be for you as well. Guys, that's it for me today. Hope this has been helpful. Love to read your comments and follow up with you right down below in the comments area. Any questions, any comments, any feedback? Whatever it is, let me know. And if you want to keep it private, no sweat. Just shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me this afternoon. As always, it's time. We got to get out there. We got to help another human being. Have a great day. And guys, again, thanks for joining me. I will see you again next time.